What is up, guys? Welcome to MMAhub, new channel, first time thing, first video. Been watching a lot of UFC recently since it started again. Been stuck at home, so I'm like, you know what? Been chucking up some money on the fights, made some decent coin on the fights. I'm like, may as well share the love, put up some tips. UFC stacked card on its way. Jeez, I don't know where to begin. UFC 251, the UFC gods have come down and blessed us. Thank you, thank you. Whether it's coming in the form of Street Jesus, Jorge Masvidal versus Usman. Got the South Sydney boy Volkanovski versus Blessed Max Holloway. We got Petr Yan versus Aldo. We got Thug Rose versus Andrade. Man, I don't know where to begin. This card is just stacked. I wasn't going to go through the prelims or the early prelims, but fuck it, while we're here, may as well. I'll bring it up now. Let's start with Martin Day versus Davey Grant. Alright, favourite here, Martin Day, $1.53. I'm going to go with him on the basis that he's got the reach, he's got the height advantage. I'm not going to dwell on that. Let's just say Martin Day. Next fight, Carol Rosa, $1.41. Vanessa Mallow, $2.82. Looking at the records, looking at the age, looking at the reach, I'm going to take Carol Rosa here. 12-3. She's a younger fighter, hungrier. I feel like Mallow, she's 32, 7 losses. Yeah, no, I'm not convinced. Let's go Carol Rosa for that one. Next up, we got Paiva versus Zhalgas Zhumagulov. Zhalgas is actually a champ. He's coming in 13-3, paying $2.50. Underdog here. I always like underdog, but he's 31. Paiva is 24, I think it is. He's a younger fighter. Gonna be hungrier. But then again, I feel like a champ coming into the UFC. Got a lot of pride. I'm gonna go with Zhalgas for this one. Let's take the underdog. Next up, we got the big boys. Tybura versus Alexander Romanov. Undefeated Romanov, 11-0. UFC debut though, that's the only thing. So it's a UFC debut. Both of them paying $1.90, so it's pretty fucking even for the bookies. I'm gonna say let's give it to the debutant, Romanov. I'm gonna take him. He's a big boy, 120 kegs, pretty sure, somewhere around there. Yeah, let's go Romanov. I'm not gonna dwell on it. Let's take that. All right, if you want like a little multi for the prelims, if I was gonna put one on, I'd go Martin Day, Carol Rosa. Ooh, let's go Zhalgas and Romanov. Let's go for that. Moving on to the prelims, and they're actually not bad, to be honest. Starting off, we got Leonardo Santos, BJJ Master. Comes from Brazil, was on the Ultimate Fighter back in the day. He's actually been undefeated, I think, since like 2009 or since 2010. But he's just very, very inconsistent. Barely fights. When he does fight well. He did have that one loss though. That's the only thing. But even then, I still wouldn't rule him out. Bogatov debut once again at the underdog at $2.46. He's 10-0. Very ground and pound type of fighter. Half his wins have come from submissions though. I feel like, look, if he's going to be traditional, if he's going to fight like he always does, it's going to be very hard, very, very hard to submit Santos. If he's going to win, it's either going to be a decision or a TKO. I want to say that I'll go for the underdog once again in Bogatov. Just because he's a younger fighter as well, I feel like, there's going to be a point of time where Santos has to give up the boots. He won't be himself, but I feel like that's not today. Let's go with the favourite. Santos is going to win. Moving on, we got Amirkhani versus Danny Henry, $1.43. I'm going to go with Amirkhani. I just think Danny Henry, he's not that good. He did get submitted in his last fight. Amirkhani, he's very good with his submissions. I see him taking his back just like Danny did. Just like Dan Ige did in the last fight with Danny. Yeah, let's go. Amirkhani with the submission. Moving on, we got Alexei Zaleski dos Santos versus Muslim Salikov. Bro, this is gonna be a fight. This is gonna be a fight and a half. These two have different styles, or very similar styles, different to any other fighters that you see. They're into that spinning kick type shit. So I'm keen to see this. To be honest, I'm keen to see this. On paper, on paper you'd probably go for Muslim Salikov, just because look, he's a kickboxer. I think he's got like fucking what 76 KOs in his kickboxing career. He's come to the MMA game 16-2. His last fight, he full knocked out. No, that wasn't his last fight. Sorry, he fought Talib. He knocked him out. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. Dos Santos is gonna be moving around. Salikov gonna be sitting back, observing, charging up, and then bang, he's gonna throw a punch and gonna knock the fuck out of Santos. There, he's gonna move into it pretty much. But look, it can actually go either way. I feel like, look, Dos Santos, he's one of those types of fighters where anything can happen. He can do some fucking spinning shit and just knock the fuck out of Muslim Salikov, and I'll be sitting there like, fuck. But look, either way, I'm actually not too fast who actually wins in that fight. I just hope it's a good fight, to be honest. Moving on to the fucking headliner of the prelims, we got my boy Volkan Ozdemir, $1.60 versus UFC debutant again, Jiri Prochazka. He's coming from Ryzen. This guy, he's not a joke. But, I mean, look, the people that he has fought CB Dollaway can be a joke. So, Volkan Ozdemir for sure, I reckon, is taking this. If you can get past the first round with Jiri with the fucking blows that he's going to cop, if you can roll with it, get past the first round, Ozdemir is definitely taking this. I just feel like, look, Ozdemir, everyone says, and even I believe, he should have won that fight against Dominic Reyes, and look at what Reyes did to John Jones. So I feel like Ozdemir's got a lot of potential. He's a veteran in the division, and I feel like he's got a lot more to prove still. So I'm giving him the win over the UFC debutant. But look, I hope to see Prochazka put on a good show, at least for the first round. I'm keen to see him more in the UFC as well. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, my money's going on to Ozdemir for that one. Now we head to the main card, and brother, this main card is stacked. Starting off with Rebus versus Paige Fakies Van Zandt. Yeah, look, for sure, I'm going with Rebus on that one. It's not paying that much. It's paying $1.10, but that's $1.10 that I'll be taking over Paige Van Zandt. Even though it is, I mean, good odds for Paige and anything can happen, I'm still going Rebus for that one. And I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. If you watch Rebus fight, watch Paige Van Zandt fight, compare the two fighting styles, compare the two fighters. Rebus is moving up a weight class as well. I just feel like, look, that's a guaranteed. That is a guaranteed. Moving on, we got Thug Rose, which I'm just in love with her. I'm in love with her. And I feel like she's back in love with her sport as well. So she's back in love with the game. She's got a good headspace now, all from what I've seen in the videos and stuff. She'll want revenge on Andrade. I feel like that last fight, it wasn't justified. It wasn't a justified result for Rose, but then again, is there ever going to be a fight where there is a justified result? It's a fight. Anything can happen, and anything did happen in that fight. She got fucking slammed on her fucking head. When I first saw her, I was going to cry. I thought her fucking neck snapped or some shit. I'm like, fuck, she's dead. But nah, she got knocked the fuck out by Andrade, by a slam. Watching the videos as well, Andrade keeps saying that she's been focusing on those slams. And in my head, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it worked last time. But as a professional fighter, would you fall for the same tricks? Yeah, you might, but it's Rose. It's Thug Rose. She's not that dumb. And before she got slammed, she was picking Andrade apart. I feel like her fight IQ, her movement, her feints, everything is just elite. I feel like she's got a lot more to show us still. And I feel like she's going to get this fight. She'll win this one. She'll pick Andrade apart. Andrade will go frustrated. Possibly get a TKO. Possibly get a fucking... let's say either TKO or points for Rose. I'm going with that. Moving on. This will be a very, very, very good fight. A lot of people say Aldo shouldn't be getting the title shot. I think he should be. I feel like he did get robbed in his last fight. And I also feel like Petr Yan, he deserves this as well. He's a fucking weapon, that guy. I've been watching some videos of him training at like Tiger Muay Thai. Even just watching his like last 6 wins, he's on a hot streak. The guy is just relentless. He is just like a Russian phenom. I don't even know what to call him. He's just a Russian weapon. He comes in, he just destroys. He smells blood. He pressures you. He does not give up. I feel like even if he gets rocked, he'll always push forward. He's got that Muay Thai style. He gets hit, he doesn't come back. He goes forward. I feel like Aldo in the past, yeah, he could have taken him. if he actually threw leg kicks, which he doesn't anymore, could have slowed him down, picked him apart. But I just don't see anywhere Aldo wins this. Peter Yan takes this easily. I think he picks... Well, it's not going to be easy, but I feel like, yeah, it goes to the 5 rounds, goes to the decision. If not, I'd say TKO for Peter Yan. Yeah, he picks apart Aldo, just pressure's too much, and he gets the belt, and I feel like he might keep that for a while. Even though that bantamweight division is stacked, like fully stacked, and I'm fucking keen to see what happens going forward. But yeah, I feel like Peter Yan, he's just a level above. He's a very special fighter. He's 14-1, paying $1.40. I'll take those odds. That's fucking juicy. Moving on to the boy from fucking South Sydney, the big masso, Alex the Great, Volkanovski. Fuck, I gotta go for him. I got to. Like 21-1, coming from South Sydney, seeing him inspires me, and it's not even that. It's the way he fights. I love it. The feints, the movement, the thighs. He can just crack with those thighs. Like, his leg kicks are insane. The pressure he puts on is insane. The clinch, insane. Like, even when he was clinched up with Holloway, like his own elbows, everything. And I feel like for Holloway, yeah, he's good. Yeah, it's blessed. Like, it's him. He's a fucking weapon. He'll go down as a GOAT. You watch, Hall of Fame, whatever. But, yeah, he can make the adjustments, but I feel like no matter what adjustments he makes, it just won't be enough against Volkanovski. Because, look, he keeps his distance, he throws flurries, whatever, then maybe. If he can throw the flurries and get Volkanovski flustered, then we'll see. But I feel like if you watch the last fight, whenever he tried to do that and Volkanovski was getting pushed back, he bounces back, and he just comes through. So Holloway will throw. Volkanovski steps back and just comes in, bang, and he's got power. And that'll fucking rock anyone. So I feel like if he does that, doesn't work. He comes in close for the clinch, doesn't work. Volkanovski just comes with the elbows, smack, smack, smack. So I'm putting my cash on Volkanovski there. And now we move to the main event. We got Kamaru Usman versus Street Jesus Jorge Masvidal. Brother, I don't know what the fuck. I was happy to see Gilbert Burns versus Kamaru Usman, but man, Usman versus Jorge Masvidal, and them two hate each other, so there's beef there as well. I'm keen to see this beef. I'm keen to see this. Look, it can go one of two ways. Usman plays it smart, ragdolls Masvidal the whole time, wears him down after the first round. Masvidal can't do shit. Or after the first 2 rounds, I'd say. Can't do shit. If Masvidal wants to win, he has to get it done early. Rock him in the first, rock him in the second. And Usman can get rocked. He can get rocked. That's the thing. And I feel like Masvidal can do well in the clinch as well. So Usman has to play it smart. If he stands up, it's going to be tough. If he tries to go down, Masvidal has the knees. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough fight. So it's paying $1.36 for Usman to win. I wouldn't say it's a safe bet, but I would still put money on it still. I'd probably chuck it in a multi or something like that. Just because, look, man, Usman, right now, I don't think anyone can beat him in that division unless GSP came back. I feel like Masvidal's already got excuses ready. He took the fight in 7 days' notice. So for him, it's not a big deal if he loses. For him, obviously, it'd be good to win. But, you know, it just wasn't meant to be if that's the case. But look, I wouldn't rule him out. He can get the knockout. He can get a TKO. Fucking look at the Ben Askren fight. He can come with a flying knee. He can fucking do whatever. In the clinch, he's lethal. His striking is elite level. He picked apart, you know, Diaz, even though I think Diaz could have gone a bit further in those 4th and 5th rounds. But look, yeah, Usman, I'll put money on Usman for this. But look, you can probably do a nice little hedge bet with Masvidal there as well. It's paying $3.10. But look, pretty much just cap it up. We'll go from the start. Martin Day, Cal Rosa, Zalgash, Zumagulov, Romanov. Oh, who did I say for Santos Bogatov? Fuck, you know what? That one, I'm split on that. I'm just going to leave it out. Yeah, fuck it, leave it out. Amirkhani versus Danny Henry. Going for Amirkhani for sure. Fuck that fight as well. Zaleski dos Santos. I'm going to leave that out. I'm just happy to watch that fight, to be honest. for sure Özdemir. Then Rebus, Rose, Pidyan, Volkanovski, and Usman. Yeah, look, I know a lot of them are favourites, but they're favourites for a reason. Fucking come at me, I don't give a fuck. Fuck yous. But, yeah, look, I'm probably going to go for, if you want to double your cash, this is my go-to bet. $1.60, Özdemir. Chuck in, actually, you know what? If you double the cash, go Volkanovski, Pidyan, $1.40, and Rebus, $1.10. That's an easy double your cash bet right there. Otherwise, if you want to go for big, you can chuck in Pidyan, Volkanovski, Özdemir, and Rebus. That's some decent odds there. Otherwise, go for a Hail Mary of Usman, Volkanovski, Pidyan, Doug Rose, Rebus, Amakani, Özdemir, and let's say Carol Rosa. That's it for me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the first video. I hope you all win some fucking good money on this. Look, this is not financial advice. This is just my predictions. I'm no betting specialist. I'm just someone that's been making a bit of money on the side, watching UFC, enjoying my time during isolation. End of the day, if we can enjoy UFC, make a bit of cash, even if you break even, always hedge your bets, play it smart, play it safe. Enjoy.